So the Sixers aren't retaining Jimmy Butler. We are trading him in a sign and trade to the Miami Heat for one guy. One guy. Josh Richardson. That's all we got. Are you freaking kidding me? What? Why? Jimmy gets what he wants. He gets his own team where they want to build around him. He's very good friends with Dwayne Wade. So now he takes the torch over for D Wade. Maybe money is just the thing for Jimmy. It is to some players. Maybe he doesn't care about winning. That team isn't going to contend for what they have. They don't have assets to really acquire a Bradley Beal. So it's going to be a little bit for that team to do anything. But I cannot believe that's all we got for Jimmy Butler is one guy. One guy. Josh Richardson, who was a second round pick back in 2015, 40th overall, has gotten better every year since he's been in the league. He's not a bad player, okay? He's not lighting the world on fire either. I mean, Jesus Christ. He's a decent three-point shooter, 35% give or take. He's a good defender, but that's all you get for Jimmy Butler is Josh Richardson? I was hoping to fill a couple other holes on this team other than one guy. So that takes the part of J.J. Redick being gone or a Jimmy Butler. I was hoping maybe we get another backup player, preferably center, but they took care of that by paying 33-year-old Al Horford $109 million. That was Elton Brand's plan. That was Josh Harris's plan. That was the Sixers brass plan. When Joel Embiid can't go back-to-backs or he gets hurt, we're going to have our 33-year-old, very expensive Al Horford come in and play for him. If you're going to spend the money, why not just bring back Jimmy Butler? I don't know if it was personalities that clashed, whether it was Joel Embiid with Jimmy. I don't know. They seemed chummy on camera together, or maybe it was Brett Brown, or maybe it was EB. I don't know what the case. But whatever it is, it sent Jimmy packing yet again from another team. Bulls got rid of him. Timberwolves got rid of him. Now the Sixers get rid of him. And all we get for him is Josh Richardson. I mean, you saw the haul that the Bulls got when they traded him from there to the T-Wolves. They got really nice haul. And then even when the Sixers traded him, mind you, because it was only going to be a one-year rental, he got Dario Covington. And then we trade him on a sign and deal 4 years, whatever he's going to get. And we get one guy, Josh Richardson. And then there's, Dragic went to Dallas or whatever. Doesn't help us any. But we get Josh Richardson for Jimmy Butler. Yuck. What the hell? This kind of reminds you of the Colangelo years a little bit. What are you doing, Elton? I don't see the mindset here. This team that we have now, I don't even see us making an Eastern Conference final with this team. Unless you're going to blow me away with some signings for the bench. But this starting five, compared to what we just had, this team ain't making the Eastern Conference Finals, bruh. Yes, that is what we just did. One guy. We got a 25-year-old shooting guard for Jimmy Butler. Yeah. And we didn't ask for anybody else because we wanted to pay Al Horford. Al Horford! I can't even say his name. $109 million. Don't give us Bam Adebayo. We don't want him. Don't give us Tyler Herro. We don't need no shooting. You give us Josh Richardson. That's all we need, bro. You give us a 25-year-old Josh Richardson who's on a lucrative contract. We don't want anybody else. That's it. You can have our all-star shooting guard who plays good defense and can light it up from anywhere. We don't want nobody else, but you can have him for free. You can basically have him for free. Jesus Christ. It's like ordering freaking steak and lobster, and instead you're trading in for a goddamn Cobb salad. You shitting me? Come on, Sixers. What is this? I had a vote of confidence in Elton for the deals that he pulled off last year. Obviously, he blew his load way too soon, because to follow it up with this? Come on. And then you're going to extend Ben Simmons without him even proving anything. We still don't know if Ben's going to have a jump shot, but they are so paranoid of him leaving town that we're just going to throw money at him. Well, Nick, Josh Richardson is a shooter. He shoots like 35% from downtown, but I mean that's not a very high percentage. It's like average. Yeah, that killed us. That Fultz fiasco. Oh man, it's like we're cursed. It's like we're cursed. I mean, if you're gonna sign and trade Jimmy Butler, try to get multiple pieces, not one guy. Not one guy. You could have bent them over the barrel. We were in the driver's seat for this Jimmy thing in the trade situation. You want Jimmy Butler? Cool. You blow us away with a deal. And all they had to do was dangle Josh Richardson in front of us and we fold? I mean, we couldn't get anything else. Not cash considerations, not a couple draft picks, anything. I like Big Al. I don't like Big Al for $109 million. Not when he's 33 years old. Hell no. Nice young 3-and-D player with the ability to create his own shot. Yeah, bro, but we gave up Jimmy Butler. It's not like we got Klay Thompson here. I mean, Josh Richardson isn't the second coming of Ray Allen or Klay Thompson. Richardson, Tobias, Horford, and Embiid there. Really? You guys are happy with this? I think we got freaking raped on this trade. Pat Riley, kudos to you, my dude. Yeah, he could have left for nothing. But we could have got something better. We could have just re-signed Jimmy Butler. You gave him the 5 years. That fixes everything. Why not just do that? This makes absolutely no sense to me what they just did right here. Nothing. This is penny pinching miser shit is what this is. You want to save money, but you pay a 33-year-old forward/center $109 million, but you don't want to pay Jimmy his money. What? And you see all the moves that everybody else is making. You got Brooklyn now, who's going to be a powerhouse in 2 years. This is the year to grab a hold of it and take it. And this is what you're offering us. I'm not feeling it at all. I am very concerned. I've seen us only fill one bench piece. And we brought back Mike Scott, which I love. But what else are we going to do? How bad is this $109 million gonna hurt us? Now, it saves us some money by not paying Jimmy. I get that. But you're going to pay Ben Simmons how much money? I mean, with that type of money you're going to pay Ben Simmons, you're anticipating him being a knockdown shooter, okay, without us even seeing what he's doing in the offseason, because he tells us every year that he's going to learn how to shoot from his freaking brother Liam. Yeah, let's not train for T-Mac or Ray Allen. Let's go to Liam Simmons, because he's a great known NBA shooting coach, right? Let's train from him. And Ben, on top of that, we're going to give you $200 million because you've showed us absolutely nothing. What have you improved on other than slightly defense? I don't care that you could pass. Shoot, score. I want a scorer. I want a guy that we can rely on. that's going to easily take the shot at the end of the game. We have that in Tobias. Good. But if you're going to pay a point guard that type of bread, I want him to do a little bit more than just run and gun and only shine when he can run and gun and still makes questionable decisions because he thinks he's the best passer to ever play the game. He tries to fit shit into tight windows. This is what this decision ultimately came down to. An ultimatum. What's up, Eric? I meant to answer you on Facebook Messenger. I just forgot to get back to you, homie. My bad. Yeah, we have. Because this is what we wanted to do. I don't get it. I don't get the direction the Sixers are trying to do. See, and this is what happens when your owners aren't sports fans. They're just business people. That's it. I don't see this team doing anything. I don't see this team making noise. Again, unless they blow me away with the bench that they're about to fill, where do you see this team going? I don't even see it being a top 4 team. Yes, I have an Instagram, Kirk. I don't know, guys. I was all hyped about today. I was hyped when we signed Tobias. It was one great move. I was hyped when we got Mike Scott back. JJ could care less about. Whatever. He's over the hill. Defensive liability. Josh Richardson would have been great in the Jimmy trade, but with other players, not just him. At that point, and then you bring in, I like Al Horford, but not for that type of money. It's so much money. You overpaid for him. Way too much. Yeah, we're the favorites. The favorites to what? Win the East? I don't see how that's even possible. With what bench? All right, you got Embiid. Hopefully his condition's better, right? Tobias Harris, his scoring should increase. Okay, let's say he averages 22 a game. And then we're going to have Embiid average whatever, right? His usual 25. Al Horford's going to be another year older. I don't see him putting up 20 points a game. Hopefully he can be as good defensively. He's aged greatly up until this point, but by the end of this contract, he's going to be, what, 38, 37? So maybe we get at least a year or two out of this. This contract's even worse than what we would have gave Jimmy with his age. Kawhi's decision, even if he goes out west, say this team does somehow make it to the finals. Somehow makes it to the finals. Do you think this team's going to beat a LeBron, AD, and Kawhi? Fuck no. That will be over before you can say Aretha Franklin. Boom. Over. Get the brooms out. Sweep. Sweep it up. Kawhi ain't signing with Philly, bro. Big dogs in 2 years. I'm talking about this year. This is the year for us to take a hold of the East. Indy had a good, decent so far. They lost Bogdanovich, but they brought on Brogdon, who I thought was a good move. Kyrie, I don't think is going to set the bar for the Nets to take them all the way. Now, when KD gets back there in another year, in 2 years, then we're talking a different story. But for now, it's a minimal move. I would have rather spent that type of bread, that type of money, on like a D-Lo. Bring in D'Angelo Russell. And as you all know, I don't even like D'Angelo Russell, but I would have rather had his youth and his shot-making ability, and if you're going to spend that money on a younger player, why not give it to D'Lo? Play with Ben Simmons, could shoot, can run the point a little bit. Yeah, it is. If Simmons is going to kill us if he has no jumper, and we're going to pay him all that money. They are so concerned with losing Ben Simmons, it's ridiculous. D'Lo's still out there, but we can't afford his ass now. There's no way. I think he's going to go to Minnesota. He's going to get a lot of money. What point guards are making or averaging, if you want to get a point guard in this free agency, you're talking $20 million a year. We can't afford that. I wanted Brogdon too, and they barely gave up anything to get him. They gave up a first and 2 seconds to get him. Yeah, I would love to get George Hill on the bench. Now this is the most important right now. You have to fill that bench up with quality players, not these freaking, minimal contracts. You need the Danny Greens. You got to sign these guys up. Because our bench now is a bunch of non-shooters. We need shooting. Shooting, shooting, shooting. What have we addressed? Josh Richardson? Yes, he can shoot. Thank God. And he can play defense. Would have liked to got a couple shooters in that trade for a caliber of Jimmy that you're giving up. Because look what the Bulls gave up. Or gave to Minnesota. Look at Minnesota. Gave up to get him. If we could get a Seth Curry, dope. Go after him. Please, just go after shooting. We need guys that can shoot the three prolifically to surround this team of what we have right now. So, Danny Green, Seth Curry. Who's out there? Bojan's gone. I had a whole list. God, I wanted Tyler Herro really bad. I honestly would have rather had him, and I am not a Matthias Thybulle guy at all. I hated that pick. I hated it. If we can somehow, some magic way, pull off and get D'Angelo Russell here. This is me pleading for him, and you guys know I don't like him at all, but I don't think we're going to get him. If we can somehow reach out and get him, if he's going to take less, I doubt it. But the Heat took advantage of us 100%, of Elton Brand being new to the GM game and Pat Riley being a mastermind of what he does. Been in the game way, way longer than Elton Brand. They bent us over a barrel. 100%. I don't think Tybulle's going to be a nice 3-and-D guy. The Bull can't shoot. Terry Rozier is with Charlotte. He got traded there. He's making $20 million a year. Great defense. Who's going to shoot? Who? Thybulle? Dude can't shoot. Who else? That's if he doesn't get hurt, too. Smith? Don't know if he can shoot. Don't know what's going to happen with him at all. This is so disheartening. I was so excited for this offseason. And what we got now. Richardson wasn't even a choice for that. Yeah, we traded for him. I don't know, guys. I was excited about the Phillies. Look what happened. Look what's happening to them. All excited about my Sixers. And this was so... And it started off good because we were signed Tobias Harris. It was so good. Yeah, but he's not a Jimmy Butler. He's an okay 3-and-D guy. You got one guy for him. One guy. Is he going to equate to what Jimmy Butler did this season? Nope. Why not just pay the man? It was penny pinching. Our organization is cheap, is what it comes down to. Cheap. Who the hell knows? No, they'll keep Simmons, especially when he doesn't develop a jump shot. We'll give him $250 million. I don't know if the Sixers win 50 games. I don't see this team making it to the conference finals. Yes, it is, bro. It's very tough to hear. At least they got a shooter from Miami, but it's one guy. One guy. I'm not impressed with what the Nets did. They got Kyrie Irving, who's very injury prone, who can't stay healthy, who has shown he's not a leader. He can't be a point guard. When he's on the court, he can score, but he doesn't mesh well with other players. Look what he did to the Celtics. And then KD is not going to be healthy for another year after this year. So you don't know if he's going to be the same player. So they got big names in there to put or what? They got big names to put asses in the seats, and they potentially could do something. But getting Kyrie now, if he stays healthy, I don't think puts them to the level of being a contender right now. You don't know if KD is going to be the same player. That's why this year it was the time for the Sixers to make the big splash, run it back with the guys that we had last year, adding bench depth, and we go and get that chip. Because it's going to get way harder in 2 years, because then the Nets could be a problem, you know? At least we're not the Knicks. Thank God for that. Yeah, exactly. I don't care about making it the playoffs every year. Whatever, dude. And I still think we need a head coach. I don't think Brett Brown. I mean, Brett Brown couldn't do it with that team we had last year. What the hell do you think he's going to do with this team? I hope I'm wrong, too. I really do. I hope they prove me wrong. I just don't see it. I think Boston, with what they did with Kemba by losing Kyrie, I think it was a lateral move. They lost Al, but they saved some money there. So it's interesting to see if they can get a Clint Capella or Steven Adams like they've been linked to. They still have a ton of assets. But I like Kemba Walker better than Kyrie. You know? He's more he endures a lot more. He's not hurt like Kyrie is. You look at their stats, they're about the same. And I think Kemba's a hell of a lot tougher player than Kyrie. I like Kemba Walker. I think they're still right there as one of the top teams in the East. No doubt about that, dude. Brett Brown don't draw up plays. He's a schmuck. And until we get rid of him, I mean, Dave Yorger's right here on the NBA The Jump. Let's get his ass in here. Bring back Mark Jackson, please. That's our top 5 seed this year. Well, that's only one up from what they were last year. It doesn't say much about the East. Yeah, Kawhi's going to drag this shit out, dude. He's going to drag this shit out till next week sometime. He's going to go see the Clippers. He's going to go see the Lakers. He's going to contemplate whether he stays with the Raptors. If he stays with the Raptors, dude, the East is going to be stacked. And that spells bad news for the Sixers. So I hope he runs out to the West and go play with the... I hope he goes to the Clippers. If he sells out and goes to the LA, to the Lakers, I mean, corny. Sixers are between 1 and 3 and nothing less. I don't know how you see that, dude, but I hope you're right. I feel like we've got worse. I think the Sixers got worse, honestly. I hope I'm wrong, but still have an issue with the bench. We still have no backup for Joel Embiid, and we still don't have shooting. Who's better than us now? Depending on where the Raptors go with Kawhi, I would go with the Raptors. I would go with Milwaukee. I would go with the Pacers. I think the Celtics are right there with us, too. Horford is not going to be the backup, dog. He's the starter. He's our starting 4. They didn't pay $109 million for a backup. He's going to start. Yeah, I don't know about that, bro. I don't know if Richardson's a better shooter than Jimmy. I don't think he's the same player as Jimmy. He might be a tick better than percentage-wise, but I don't think he's on the same level as Jimmy Butler. No way. He doesn't have the defensive tenacity. He doesn't have that, leader ability to put a team on his back. Nah. We got bent over a barrel with that one. And Al Horford is not going to be a backup, y'all. So stop thinking that. He's our starting 4 right now. Tobias will be the 3. Yeah, might as well give Carmelo Anthony $100 million. What the hell? Let's call up AI. Give him $150 million. Shit. What other bad decisions can we do tonight? Is tonight over? Is it midnight yet? No. God. The Sixers are going to get eaten alive on the radio, on social media. Yeah, I know you were kidding, bro. It was funny. We ain't trading Horford, dude. There's no way. Hey, man. Again, I hope I'm wrong, but I just don't have a very good feeling about this team. I think we got worse, especially since we haven't improved the bench just yet. Who else is out there? A lot of guys have been bought up. If we got a Terrence Ross, a Danny Green out there, yeah, neither am I, dude. Neither am I. Yeah, so would I. I would have gotten a couple pieces for Jimmy Butler, not just one freaking guy. I don't see them being a 3 seed, man. I'm worried. If we had a better coach, maybe, but we have freaking... Nah, Redick's gone, dude. Redick went to the Pelicans. If we don't get, like... That's the other thing. Brett Brown couldn't do... He couldn't get past the second round with the freaking 4 stars we had last year. And, you know, even though JJ was a liability on defense, he still put up 18 points. He was a really good three-point shooter. And we got less in 2 other positions. So you're losing, what? 38 points between the two. And replace him with Al Horford, 13 points, 33 years old. Yeah, Brooklyn's spending a lot of money. Yeah, I thought we'd get a lot in return, too. Obviously, we didn't need to. Sixers jumped at the, maybe the first offer that Pat Riley offered them. Oh, here's Josh Richardson. He's only 25. He'll turn 26 before the beginning of the season next year. He can shoot the 3 okay. Not great. And he's a good defender. Yeah, well, he played shooting guard for us, so... I don't think he's a small forward. Well, I think Jimmy would stay and they offered a max. Yeah, of course he would have. He wanted a max contract. The Sixers were not willing to offer him 5 years. That was the biggest issue. It was management not willing to pay. Yep. We're all in right now. If we don't win this year, the process is over. Stay. Yeah, they should have fired Brett Brown, too. Thought that was another weak decision. Just like the Phillies not having balls to get rid of Klentak and Kapler, maybe at the end of the year. I don't want CP3 either. There was never a deal going to happen with Houston. I think they were just fishing. I just cannot believe we only got one freaking player for Butler. From Miami. Yeah, okay, Himes. So, tell me how you see this playing out, bro. You're happy that we signed Al Horford for $109 million? How do you see this playing out? I don't see how this is positive at all. Please, paint me a picture of what you think this team is going to do. Justify paying Al Horford all that money. Great defense. Who's going to score? Ben Simmons with his whopping 8 points during the playoffs? Who? Al Horford? 12 points? That's going to put us over the top? Or do you just anticipate Embiid averaging 40 points? I would have been fine if they didn't pay Al Horford all that freaking money. You're willing to pay him all that money, but you won't pay. Oh, yeah, Zaire's going to just magically start averaging these points? How about Matthias Thybulle? Yeah. He's going to be a stud, right? It just blows my mind. You want to pay a 33-year-old center, power forward, but you're not willing to give Jimmy Butler an extra year. It makes no sense. I don't get it. I'm okay with Redick leaving. Yeah, he's not worth that money. He declined $30 million from Boston this year. He opted out because he knew there was someone stupid enough to pay him even more money at his age. There is no way in hell we were ever getting Kawhi Leonard. All because of some tweet that he put out that he liked AI growing up. Yeah, if we can get Danny Green, that would be really helpful. Yeah, but he's going to be starting, though, bro. He's going to be playing with Embiid. And then when Embiid's out, he'll kick over to center. But he's not backing him up. I want both of them. We need Curry and Danny Green. No, it was... All I'm seeing is Jimmy Butler straight up for Josh Richardson. That's all I saw. Hell no. I think this roster is worse. I think this roster is way worse. And anybody that tells you different is crazy. How is this team any better? Defensively, at Redick's position, yes. Points-wise, no. It's just... I already had a headache already, and this is just making it worse. I don't know how people are saying that this team's better than last year's team. How? You gonna tell me Richardson's better than Jimmy Butler? We need a backup point guard. We need a backup big. We need bench help. We need lots of bench help. So start signing some people. We can't rely on Zaire Smith or Matthias Thybulle. We don't know what they are. And B will have a lot of lose management. Yeah. He will, but you're going to take out... Okay, and then when that does happen, you're taking out Joel's ability to rebound and his scoring ability. Who's going to pick up the slack then? Horford? You shitting me? Then who's going to take over a Horford spot at that point? See, you always have to have somebody that's going to be taking their place with the load management of Embiid, which we know is going to happen. So who's going to take his spot? You're going to compare 28 points to 12 points? Let me tell you, Al Horford ain't going to put up the points that Joel Embiid is. He's not going to have the defensive mindset or the ability that Joel Embiid has. He's a good defender. I'm not saying the guy's a scrub. I would have liked Al Horford for a whole hell of a lot less money. What's getting me is you're paying him $109 million. You're paying him that much money, but you weren't willing to give Jimmy Butler, who basically willed the team to the second round in the playoffs, the only one that really showed up, and you weren't willing to give him one more year on a contract. But you're going to give a guy that's even older, and I think that's why they focused more on Tobias Harris, because he was younger, 26 versus 30. 5 years. But then you're going to look at Horford and Jimmy, and that's 4 years difference. So where's the logic? I do like the Tobias signing. Is he worth that money? Probably not. But I think he's earned the fact that he did deserve to get paid. I don't think a lot of these guys are worth it. I would never have paid Durant $165 million. Coming off of a ruptured Achilles. That shit's crazy. I can't believe we lost Jimmy Butler for what we did. That's what I'm having a hard time wrapping my mind around. Pat Riley, I commend you for the job that you've done of pulling a hinky on us. Yeah, Josh Richardson's he's a good player, but he's not an all-star caliber player. You don't trade Jimmy Butler straight up for Josh Richardson. You just don't do it. You got to have something else in there, whether it's picks, maybe another player, not straight up. That's trash, dude. It's garbage. Yeah, I know he wanted to leave. It should have been other than one guy. That's what I also do not understand. Another questionable move by EB. I hope we do, bro. I really, really hope. And no, it didn't seem good. See, the thing is, here's the thing with Jimmy. He wants to be the main guy. He wants to be the center of attention. He's a narcissist, right? He cares about getting paid and being the main guy. He wasn't the main cog here, okay? He wasn't the main cog in Chicago. So what they do, they got rid of him. They didn't want to pay him. He wasn't the main cog in Minnesota. Didn't want to play with them young players. They didn't want to pay him also, so they trade him. He comes here. He's not the main guy. Sixers didn't want to pay him. So where does he go? Miami. There's nobody else there. He takes the torch from Dwayne Wade. There literally is nobody in Miami. So he got what he wanted. Championships aren't everything to everybody. Not every player is always trying to win a chip. It could be just the star factor and getting all the money. You know? That's cool. If that's what he wants, that's what he wants. But shit, bro. If I was a player and Klay Thompson came out and said this, he's all about winning championships. I'd be all about the championships too. But everybody's got a different mindset. You know? So I ain't going to hate on Jimmy. He didn't want to be here. Fine. It just sucks that we couldn't work something out with him. But now he's in the limelight. He's got his whole city down Miami. Yeah, we got something for Jimmy. I get that. But we didn't get a lot for Jimmy. It's not like we were overwhelmingly got this amazing package. What I'm seeing now, it's 1 for 1. He wanted to go to Miami because he's the main guy in Miami. They don't have Dwayne Wade anymore. Now he can take the torch. He's best friends with Dwayne Wade. Works out for him. He got his money. He got what he wanted. So it works out for his camp. At least we got another rising talent, even though we should have got more. I don't think Josh Richardson's ever going to be like a perennial all-star. I don't see him, let's say, I don't see him being like a Klay Thompson. I think he's an okay player. Maybe he averages 15, 16 points a game. I don't see him being on the rise and averaging 25 a game. We didn't get anybody other than Josh Richardson as of right now. All I saw was Jimmy for Josh Richardson. No draft picks, nothing. An even swap. I don't want Carmelo Anthony. Yeah, I was happy with Toby being here. Stoked. Stoked about that. That's why free agency started off good. I was confident. I wanted Klay too. I would have paid Klay that max, even with that injured ACL. Wouldn't have cared, but I knew he wasn't going to leave the Bay. Yeah, Tobias has to step up big. Now this puts a lot of pressure on Tobias now. No more Jimmy, so the spotlight's going to fall solely on you. Because I think he's the second best player on the team. Knowing that Ben Simmons doesn't have a jump shot, all that pressure is going to fall on you, Tobias. So you better earn that money, or it's going to get ugly here quick. No, I don't love the moves for Al Horford. I don't. Jimmy can't be the main guy on a championship team. Well, you don't have to worry about that anymore, right? Ben Simmons reportedly has a new shooting coach this offseason. Is it his cousin? Did he ditch Liam for his cousin? Oh, shit. I am definitely... No, I know it's the Lakers. The guy somewhere out in L.A., right? I was just being a wise ass. Yeah, I hope, again, that Ben proves me wrong and he comes in with a jumper. But we've seen the workouts. We've seen him working with shooting coaches. When is he going to have the gonads to freaking take a shot during a game? Ben Simmons, get a jumper. Yeah, if. That's a big if. Nah, Kawhi ain't coming here. I wish. Screw the Lakers, man. They got Al Horford. Sixers got Al Horford. Doesn't want to play past 35. Yeah, I know he didn't. So we took a guy that's 2 years away from 35, who's willing to play longer. Hey, maybe Al Horford ages like fine wine. I don't know. Usually Father Time doesn't, is undefeated, I mean. So, I still don't care if he was, 10-time All-Defensive Player of the Year. You don't pay this mofo all that money at that age. I hope he goes to the Clippers. Kawhi. Don't sell out and go play with AD and LeBron. Shit would be so corny. I'm so tired of all these great players teaming up. I hated that KD went to Golden State. I hated that Boogie went to Golden State. We need to stop this shit. Stop watering down the league. Yeah, we have a good defense, but how are you going to score? You got to score to win. I hope you all are right, but I'm not excited at all about the starting five. Yep, I think they go down tremendously. We don't have a great coach. Can we bring Mark Jackson in to be an assistant so we can fire Brett Brown and bring him in? I don't know where Danny Green's going. Hopefully he's wearing the red, white, and blue by the time this is over. Go get Curry. Go get Danny. Go get shooting. Yeah, 13 points. That's not great. 100% overpaid. We will see what happens, though, y'all. I've got a massive migraine from the weather here in Philly. We got a good defensive team, but I'm still worried how we're going to score. Where is the scoring going to come from? Toby, yes. Embiid when he's out there. But you got to mix and match. You got to have a bench. You got to have a bench. We need more strings to be pulled. J. Rich can score. Still need more. Because Ben Simmons is the wild card. He couldn't get the ball with Kyrie hogging it. Yes, they do. I'm going to need a cheesesteak and a lot of aspirin. But I'm going to get on out of here. Not a little stressed so far with the Sixers off season. Hopefully tomorrow brings better days and I'm a lot happier and I don't have this pounding migraine. It's not from the Sixers, not yet. I'm not to that point. But I'm not happy with paying Al Horford all that money and only giving up or only getting one guy for Jimmy James Butler. Jimmy James Butler. What the fuck? What the fuck, Embiid? What the fuck? All right, guys, I'm out. Peace.